Welcome to the Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the Lock Shop. Hashtag justice for the Lock Shop. Hashtag Dusty isn't ruining and sewering the Lock Shop. Taking crazy pills around here. Edmonton Sports Talk. My goodness. It is the Lock Shop. What's going on? Edmonton Sports Talk, powered by Play Alberta. Play Alberta on board with Edmonton Sports Talk because of the Lock Shop. What are we even doing here? Lock Shop should have 100 likes immediately. Lock Shop should be up for show of the year. Sorry, Maddie and I were just going back and forth on the whole Lock Shop controversy thing. Starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I'm not going to lie. CFL teaser. Sounds like a great idea. Sounds like something we could do for you on the Lock Shop. And we'll do that today. Thank you very much for being here. It's good. I've got access now to the computer that runs everything like right close to me. So now like when Huss pops on, I could change his name to Leafs Guy and put that up. Yeah, so I am cooking now. I'm very excited about this. I look forward to it. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. If you are listening on iHeart or TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com and you tell everybody, yeah, I listen to the show on the Lock Shop every day at 11 and it's awesome. And the guys talk sports and they'll say, oh, it's just sports betting. Tell them it's not just sports betting. It's a good conversation with two friends, with myself and Huss. We'll get into that a little bit. VR Montenegro says lip service. My God. Box Pounder says hashtag end Lock Shop shaming. There's a lot going on here. I think this whole Lock Shop thing is becoming controversy of the year around here, man. That's the only way Lock Shop's going to get in the mix for an Esty. That's controversy of the year of whether or not it should be in the mix for an Esty and who's ruining it and who's not ruining it, who's promoting it, who's not promoting it. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. We'll recap the 4 games last night in the National Hockey League. What else I got here? I got big Leafs guy. Will be happy with the win. Oilers blow a 3-0. I put series lead. Oops. Game lead. I hope that's not foreshadowing for something in the future. Big NHL slate tonight. The Thursday nighter, the Eagles 7.5-point favorites over at Play Alberta on the road against the Giants. Dusty's play of the day is already up on social media. I like Jackson Dart over 36.5 rushing yards. We got it at 37 plus. He's gone over 50 in each of the last 2 games. I think that Eagles defense will probably have him on the run in a little bit. And then, yeah, let's build a little CFL teaser today, shall we? I will not be here tomorrow. Oh, I will hop on, though. I've been hopping on for picks. Started the year 1-4. I'm now back to 500. So I've been 4 games above in the last 4 weeks. I'm sitting at 12-12 right now. So I'm working my way back after a poor week 1 start. If you have any favorite plays today in the National Hockey League, wherever, I'm sure the DJ and Den is cooking something up. You can go there at 780-218-9999. You can find our early bird bet from earlier in the day over at Play Alberta as well. If you haven't used our codes at Play Alberta yet, we get them reloaded every month here in October as follows. EST50. Deposit $50. Get a $50 free bet. So this is when you go, you log in or you sign up, you go in, you make a deposit, you'll see an area for promo code. You deposit $50, use the code EST50, you get a bonus 50 that you can use as a $50 free bet. Same thing for EST Sports. Deposit 50, get 50. And then if you want to dabble in the casino over at Play Alberta, who doesn't, a little sprinkle in the casino every now and then, you can use EST Casino and $50 will get you a $50 credit for the casino, which you can use over in the casino. So use EST Casino as the code there as well. Fish Tank says you should promote the Lock Shop more on other shows. Every sports betting spot on EST becomes some sort of plug for the Lock Shop. Don't hate that idea. Don't hate that idea at all. Big day. Jets are playing today. I know Huss is excited. We'll get into that. We got the Thursday nighter. We'll recap last night in the National Hockey League. Let's bring in Huss today. Huss, what's up, my man? How's the vibes in Winnipeg today?
Fired up. Beautiful day and a great day to start a hockey season. We'll be seeing our rivals, the Dallas Stars, tonight. Mikko Rantanen and the crew. And great news today, Jonathan Toews will play tonight. He tweaked himself.
That is good.
Last week at the end of the preseason, missed the final preseason game, and there was some question as to whether he'd be able to go. He's going to be able to go. It'll be great to see him. the opening of tonight's game, I was talking on WST after we chatted yesterday about just how cool it'll be for the ovation that McDavid's going to get last night at the game. And
wasn't that great? It was kind of lame. Trev was not happy with it. Trev was devastated with that ovation that he got. He didn't like it. It was too short.
Really? That's disappointing.
Yeah, Trev, come on. Trev, hop on here quickly. Hop on here and explain to us what you hate. It was your beef. You had beef today with the ovation last night.
It was my beef. Yeah, Huss. I just, this is huge. He's the best player in the world, right? And I said it on the Nielson show this morning. If there was 18,000 YouTube Trevs in attendance, that applause would have been 20 minutes. No word of a lie. So I don't know.
It wasn't even a minute. It was just like a sort of a louder cheer when he came out, and that was it.
And there's all this, it's just, man, after all of the rumors, all this talk, is he going to sign here? All this buzz and all that. So you expect something huge. And that was not huge. That was not even close to huge. 20 seconds? Are you kidding me? So, yeah, I was pretty disappointed.
They didn't get the thank you Connor chant going or anything like that?
No, nothing. It was just, it was pretty boring. Very boring, in my opinion.
This is sabotage right now.
What are you talking about?
Really? We're going to... You can call me as a huge Jays guy now.
I can do that. No, I'm messing around because I've got like good access now to like the show, so I can change some things on the fly. And I had to put in huge Leafs guy.
Just what I need. It's going to be tormenting me here for every single day between noon and 1 Central. That's a little too bad. Like I'm thinking that this, like outside of obviously the first game in 2011 when the Jets came back, this is going to be the most special home opener this team has had. I mean, first of all, the team had never won a division title, never mind a President's Trophy. So those banners are going to go up before the team.
Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be good.
That'll be cool. I mean, you know what? Listen, you got to celebrate the victories, even if you don't win the cup. I mean, it was an amazing season last year. They earned it, and that'll go up. But, first of all, Kyle Connor extending with the, Jet for Life deal. He'll get an absolutely massive ovation. You've got Mark Scheifele playing in his first meaningful game in Winnipeg since, his incredibly gutsy performance in Game 6 just hours after his father passed away at the end of last year. So, that'll be kind of a special welcome back. You've got Connor Hellebuck, who has, since he's played here, won the Hart Trophy, and the MVP chance will be going crazy. And then, a story that's not just a Winnipeg story, but an NHL story. The return of Jonathan Toews, who's going straight to the Hall of Fame, back onto the ice in the National Hockey League after 2+ years away. So, it would be nice if they could win. Obviously, they're kind of banged up right now going in. No Lowry, no Dylan Sandberg, no Cole Perfetti. But they're a deep team right now. It's going to be tested, but we're looking forward. We got the WST section sold out for tonight. The crew will all be there. So, we're really looking forward to getting going tonight. And pretty nice slate of games in addition to a Thursday nighter in the NFL.
Yeah, we're pretty much done with hockey in this city right now. 3-0 lead against your provincial rival. Calgary didn't look like they were... who was it last night? Oh, yeah, Reed Wilkins being on the postgame show. He goes, for the first 30 minutes, he didn't think Calgary was going to score in the game, maybe not even the season with the way they were going. Like they didn't generate anything. Then the Oilers started turning the puck over. Awful goal by Stuart Skinner early in the third period. You know how that's going over in the city today. And then an 8-round shootout, and they end up losing. And Nazem Kadri, of all people, buries the winner for the Calgary Flames. So it looked so good. It was kind of like what we saw from the Oilers in previous years. Like looked like absolute world beaters for 30 minutes. And then just sort of got stuck in neutral for 30 minutes and let a game slip away. It's just the second time in the Battle of Alberta history that they blew a 3-0 lead to the Calgary Flames.
That was, that was shocking, to be honest. I saw the score. I thought, puck line, this is going to be easy peasy, right on. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. And, I watched the overtime and the shootout after the Blue Jays game. And, Calgary had some of the worst shoot attempts I've ever seen. It was the exact same thing every time from about shooters 4 through 7 or 8. I could not believe that Nazem Kadri hadn't gone over most of those guys that had shot earlier. But the second he stood up and went out there, I'm like, this one's over. And sure enough, he got it done. I mean, listen, you get your point. You move on. It's a long, long season, but not the way you wanted to start it off against your arch rivals. And, for Calgary, I don't have big expectations for Calgary this year. I thought they squeezed everything they could have out of that roster last year just to be right in the mix. I think it'll be tough to even be there again this year, but at least for one night, they got one up on their rivals. But I think Oiler fans will still be content with a shootout loss and knowing that they've got Connor McDavid for the next 3 years.
Well, and then during that game, they announced that they got Roslovic in on a 1-year deal at $1.5 million, coming off over 20 goals last year in Carolina. Huss, what do you know? What do you know about him? What can you tell us about this guy?
Well, listen, I mean, he started his career here and showed glimpses of real star power, was pretty inconsistent. But again, he was a very young player at that time. I mean, he was traded to his hometown team of Columbus in the Line A deal. And, I'm not sure whether it was the pressure of being a hometown guy, the first ever NHLer, I believe, from Columbus to play in the NHL, never mind on the Blue Jackets. But it just didn't go very well. But, I mean, he had a great season last year playing with the Carolina Hurricanes. Like, it was really bizarre that he went this late without getting a deal. And to be honest, considering he scored 22 last year, how old he is, I'm stunned that there wasn't 3 or 3.5 on the board somewhere from him.
Yeah, we had Bruce Boudreau on this morning, and Bruce was like, it just seems weird. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Like, how does a guy that had 20 goals last year, is 28 years old, sitting there and having to take $1.5 million from somebody at this stage, right? And the others were talking to him. Bowman talked about it a little bit last night. They were talking to him in the summer, and I think more money would have been on the table, but I think he was looking for even more money somewhere else. Then he changed agents in September, and the others sort of kept in touch and said, look, we like the player, but we only have this much money left. Like, you're going to have to take this if you want. I guess Roslovic finally was like, okay, enough's enough. I'm not going to get something anywhere else. I'll take $1.5 million and go play with the Edmonton Oilers. So,
I mean, listen, for that money, great ad for Edmonton.
Yeah.
I mean, low risk, no term. And for Jack, I mean, he comes to a place where he's going to be on a stacked team. We'll see where he ends up in the lineup. But, I mean, he does have a lot of offensive pop. So, I mean, if he finds himself playing for a little bit with McDavid or Draisaitl, I mean, I think he's a guy that can finish, can make plays. And that will definitely be some money well spent for Edmonton, I think, based on the cost and the low risk.
All right, a couple of text messages I want to get to. We'll go Jays. We'll kind of recap last night, and then we'll move forward to tonight with the Thursday Nighter and with the NHL slate, and we'll get to the Jays in just a second. Big Maple texts in and says, do we get Huss's reaction to Jeff Mallett's hit the other night? Former Manitoba Moose and Winnipeg Sports Talk guest. You see his fight? It was Manson that blew up Fogle, and then Mallett went in and fought him.
Do you know that his brother is?
He's a UFC fighter. They said it on the play-by-play, yeah.
Proper Mike Malott.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah. Proper Mike Malott. Listen, Jeff Malott is the legit nicest guy, the most well-spoken dude. He's an Ivy League guy. I think he went to Cornell, if I'm not mistaken. He was amazing in the community. Could score, was relatively tough, but I didn't realize how tough he was till he really went to the NHL. I mean, you see a few of these AHL fights and, there's a lot of guys in them, they get mixed up. I mean, he went toe-to-toe with a couple guys last year when he got the call up at the end. And I'm like, wow, he's been spending some time training with his brother because he has some serious pop. And I'm just pumped for him that he's in that he's cracked the lineup and made the NHL.
All right, and let's go to Blue Jays last night, Huss. The bullpen game gets it done on the road in the Bronx. I was very nervous going into it, but Schneider found a way to navigate his way through 8 arms and for the most part keep the Yankees in check. That was pretty impressive.
I just got to pull up the box score here. It was such an amazing team win yesterday. And hand up, I mean, I was one of the people saying, like, what the hell is going on? A bullpen game in game 4 of a best-of-5 series? Like,
me too, man. I was happening?
With you. I get it that they were worried that Scherzer wouldn't last an inning, at Yankee Stadium. He's had some rough spots there and finished off terribly in the season. And of course, Bassett had missed a bunch of time going into the playoffs, and they didn't feel comfortable with him. I thought they might just start Lauer. I mean, Lauer started a bunch of times over the course.
Yeah, he could give you a few good innings, right? He could take you 3-4 deep.
But every single guy stepped up last night. I mean, Louis Varland was good. He, gave up the one hit, had a couple strikeouts. Fluharty came in, struck out all the guys that he faced. He did give up that one bomb. And then Sir Anthony was really solid. Lauer was great. Yuriel Rodriguez only had to get out the one guy, but he did after giving up a walk. And then Little and Fisher, Hoffman. I mean, this was maybe the most quintessential team victory you could have. Like all hands on deck, literally. Everyone pitching. And then, I mean, how about a little love for Ernie Clement? Was he 9 of 14 in the series?
Did he go 9 of 14 in the series?
I think he went 9 of 14.
Holy, that's an under the radar 9 of 14.
I mean, big time. He was 2 for 3 last night. But man, like Lucas, Straw coming up. I mean, like this wasn't. I mean, well, listen, Vladdy obviously had the big hit and the RBI. For them to do this without Bo Bichette and everyone stepping up was just. I mean, it was awesome. And I don't know about you, but like many people, I have spent quite a bit of time just taking in the aftermath on the New York airwaves. Some of the clips of the freak outs.
You love that stuff, don't you?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, if I wasn't out last night, I would have gotten straight to the W Fan post-game show afterwards. But I mean, there's a lot of people talking, a lot of people saying stuff on social media. They look like absolute idiots right now. And maybe the funniest thing about it all, John Schneider's interview afterward, or addressing the team.
Addressing the team, he said, start spreading the news.
Yeah, exactly that. Not to mention calling them all MFers on live television as well. I hope the kids weren't watching. But,
the kids weren't watching, so that was okay. But yeah, I mean, momentum, beating a rival like the Yankees, waiting for the winner of the Mariners and the Tigers. They're going to have time here. They're going to be able to get the rotation back to whatever they needed us. This was a really nice way to come out of this series right now. Obviously, they got the bats going as well, which certainly down the stretch was something that people were concerned about. I don't know if they could be really in a better spot than where they're at right now heading into the ALCS.
Well, the better spot they could be is if we find out that Bo Bichette's good to go for the next round.
Yeah, that would help.
That is, I mean, if they want to win the World Series, I think they're going to have to get Bo back. And let's just cross our fingers. It must be killing him not to be a part of this right now. I mean, such a fun team. I mean, I feel great for Jays fans from coast to coast. Let me ask you this, just as we look ahead to the ALCS. I think at either venue, there's going to be a ton of Blue Jays fans on the road.
Seattle, Jays fans always flock to Seattle, man.
Well, and okay, this is the thing. It is sort of like an annual pilgrimage. Like the schedule comes out. When are the Jays in Seattle? People plan to it. Guess my question is, how many of those Western Canadian Jays fans will make an impromptu trip to go down there
as opposed to just the annual trip that you want to?
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, you have a year in advance. We're going to go see the Blue Jays. This is when you plan the trip. There's a lot that goes into it. Sometimes it's a little harder to turn around. We're going on Tuesday, of next week. But I still
there'll
think
be a bunch though. There'll be a bunch.
Yeah, it won't be like the regular season. And obviously the Mariners fans will be stepping up. That's a really good team if they get there. I'm kind of hoping it's Detroit. Well, I should say this. I'm hoping it's Seattle because my 3-series parlay is very much alive right now. We need the Brewers and we need the Mariners. Jays are already in. But I think the Tigers are probably I think the Mariners are better than the Tigers basically when it comes down to it. But I think the Jays have a good chance of winning both. I'm sure there's some lock shoppers out there that are sitting with some pretty nice Jays futures. I mean, we've sort of been on this, like they were a little bit slow to kind of realize that the Jays were a legitimate threat. We've got a very nice AL winner at 7-1 from sort of the middle of August, I think. And
that's
very
a good number.
That number came down. So lots invested in this team, and it's big, man. They're going to get this extra rest. They'll be able to prepare. Do we know? Is it Sunday that the series starts?
Let me see. I saw. Yeah, it would have to be Sunday, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it is. Mariners or Tigers or Mariners at Blue Jays.
Either way, Sunday. Yeah.
On Sunday, time TBD.
Time's not locked in yet. Okay.
No.
That's a nice addition to already be a pretty good Sunday sports schedule. Don't mind that. All right. Anything else on the Jays? Anything else on baseball, Huss? We'll dive over to this NHL slate here tonight.
I mean, you know what? We should maybe just take a quick look at tonight because what do we got? The Phillies Dodgers at 5. Sanchez and Glasnow. Glasnow last seen pitching out of the bullpen. And then Freddie Peralta and Boyd. Oh, it would be nice if the Brewers could finish this off tonight. I think I will take the I'm on the Brewers. The Phillies sure looked good last night getting that big win. I mean, I don't know what it is about those teams. Like the home team has not yet won in that series. Something about it, this tells me that we might be going back to Philly for game 5.
You think the Dodgers can't get it done tonight?
I mean, what's the line on that game?
So I'm looking at a minus 137 on the money line right now for the Dodgers.
Maybe it's a stay away. Maybe we'll jump in on some props. But I do like the Brewers on the road to finish it up today. But let's face it, I've been locked in on the National Hockey League slate tonight.
Yeah.
A ton of games and the home opener for the Winnipeg Jets. Oh, and also a football game tonight.
We got a football game we'll get to. Yeah, we'll definitely get to football. Let's whip through hockey. Then we'll get to the Thursday nighter between the Eagles and Giants. And I know somebody over in the chat was asking for a little teaser on the CFL games this weekend as well. So let's dive into the National Hockey League. This is the Lock Shop brought to you by Play Alberta. Nielson and Huss with you here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Winnipeg Sports Talk with Huss coming up at the top of the hour over on the WST channel. Montreal Canadiens going back at it tonight against the Detroit Red Wings. They're coming off that loss last night against Toronto. A couple of empty netters for the Leafs separated them from the Habs in that game. Dobish will get the start for the Canadiens tonight. John Gibson for the Detroit Red Wings. Buffalo's at home against the Rangers. Shesterkin is locked in and confirmed. Alex Lyon expected to get the start for the Sabres. Chicago Blackhawks, their second game of the season already. Soderblom listed as likely right now. Korpisalo unconfirmed for the Bruins. Will be on the second half of a back-to-back, and it was Swayman who played last night, so it should be Korpisalo there. The Flyers are in Florida to take on the Panthers. Bobrovsky will go again for Florida. Vladar to get the start for the Philadelphia Flyers. Islanders and Penguins. Sorokin versus Tristan Jarry in that one. Tampa Bay at home tonight, hosting the Ottawa Senators. Olmark will go for the Sens. Vasilevsky getting the start for Tampa. Freddie Anderson is not injured to start the year, so he'll start in net for the Carolina Hurricanes. The Devils will be going with Markstrom, of course. Hellebuck for the Jets. Ottinger, unconfirmed, but we'll go for the Dallas Stars there. Bennington at home tonight, listed as likely right now for the St. Louis Blues. Gustafson, unconfirmed for the Wild, but you'd expect him. And then Jet Greaves in the net for the Blue Jackets. It'll be UC Saros for the Preds. Scott Wedgwood confirmed to start for the Colorado Avalanche. They are hosting the Mammoth tonight. Vamelka listed as unconfirmed right now. Man, we got a ton of games tonight. This is awesome. Joey Decord and Dostal both unconfirmed in that Anaheim-Seattle game. Akira Schmid will start for the Golden Knights. They're coming off that game yesterday against the Kings. Askarov listed as unconfirmed at this point for San Jose. And then the Flames and the Canucks at it tonight as well. Dustin Wolf played last night, so you would think maybe Devin Cooley, but I wouldn't be shocked if they want to run Wolf out as often as they can, and then Thatcher Demko should start for the Canucks at home. So, there is no shortage of action to get on tonight. Like, this is officially go time for the National Hockey League. I love it.
Big slate. Lots of options to throw down, and this is in advance of Saturday. When are the Oilers playing on Saturday?
Late game against the Canucks.
Because that's the day that they're going to split the games and just stagger them throughout the entire day.
The whole day?
We've got a 12:30 home game against the LA Kings.
12:30 home game.
If you're a Kings fan, the puck is dropping at 10:30 in the morning.
Oh, that is early. That is early. Yeah, the Oilers would be, is that the last game or is it an 8:30? No, so the Oilers, Ducks, Sharks, Knights, Kraken will all be the 8 o'clock games. So a busy Saturday there as well.
But for tonight, you know what's just kind of striking me already? I mean, this is the first 3 days of the season.
Yep.
How many teams are playing back-to-backs?
Yeah, what did I say? Like three from last night?
Let's just see right now. The Habs played last night.
Calgary's playing, Habs are playing, Boston's playing, Vegas is playing. That's 4 right there.
Yeah. Like we'll have a lot of data on these back-to-back games this year, because I think we're going to see plenty of them throughout the season. And those are always the times where we might see a little bit more action from backup goalies this year.
Yeah.
I think in some of these, but I think the teams that are able to handle those and play well in those second games will really have an upper hand, because there is a lot of times, historically at least, a natural bit of a lag, having to, especially when you got to travel in between the games. So I am interested to see. I think Vegas will be a little ornery after losing the way they did last night in their home opener. So could be a long night for the LA.
Hey, I want to get your thoughts just quickly, because you mentioned the Jets and Stars tonight. What's the vibe like around that division right now? Like heading into the season, there's some good teams in that division. What are you probably talked to a lot of people previewing this thing? How are people excited? I've seen a lot of Colorado picks for the Cup. I picked Dallas to come out of the West this year. What are people looking like in that division right now?
The consensus is kind of Dallas, Colorado are still the top dogs, even though the Jets won the division last year. I think the consensus for the most part is that Winnipeg is the 3 team.
Okay.
And then I'll also say I think the consensus is that 5 teams are going to come out of the Central.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got Minnesota, you've got St. Louis, who, had that great second half, made the playoffs. They're going to be a really tough out. And I think a lot of people are expecting Utah to sort of finally take that step forward. I'm going to reserve my...
Yeah, I'm pumping the brakes on that a little bit.
Their name anytime soon. But, I mean, we'll see. They got Paterka. I mean, a lot of those, the Logan Coolies and whatnot are a year older and ready to get in. Clayton Keller's still a big stud. They added on to the blue line. So I think they'll be good. I think they'll probably be a little bit better. I'm just not sure it's going to be good enough to get in. This Minnesota-St. Louis game tonight should be fun. I mean, both of those teams, much like the Jets and those teams, don't like each other particularly. And I'm just still thinking about just how incredibly physical the Blues were through that playoff series against Winnipeg. I mean, if they bring that brand of hockey, I mean, they won't be able to last doing it for 82 games, but right out of the gate, big divisional battle. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a bit of a rough one tonight. I think I do like the Blues at home. The other game that I was looking at, Detroit. And again, we've talked about Montreal. They're getting second game for them, home opener for Detroit. I don't particularly think Detroit's good or will be in the playoffs, but I do sort of like them in this spot tonight. What any other games that are attracting your eye?
Well, you mentioned Vegas being a little bit ornery because they were down, and then they scored 5 in a row, and then they let it slip away. Like that's a tough way to lose your home opener. They're in San Jose tonight. Like the money line on this one's minus 196, and I think by the time you get to November, December, it's probably a minus 230, minus 250, minus 300 type of game. So I mean, if we're putting together a little 3-game parlay, I mean Vegas at minus 196 is not the end of the world on that one. Colorado's at home minus 192. You said you like St. Louis in that game. New Jersey, Carolina. Not that I really care about that game, but that could be a pretty good. That could be a pretty good tilt there.
Pred's a pretty short number at home.
Yeah, minus 118 for them to open on the road. She'll be Saros against Jet Greaves in that one. Boston's on the second half of back-to-backs, but they're minus 164 at home here against Chicago. And Vegas is definitely my favorite play of the day here in a bounce back, even though it's a back-to-back. What do you think about the Penguins at home here? That's their home opener, right? Plus 116 coming off a 3-0 win on the road against the Rangers.
That was on the road.
That was on the road. Yeah, that was on the road, I think. No, I know. It was on the road. So now they come home, plus 116 at home as a dog against an Islanders team that, I mean...
I could be convinced into a little home dog with the Penguins. This could be one of the final few games that Geno Malkin plays for Pittsburgh. So, and maybe he'll get Dubas a little more of a return if he can have a great start to the season. So I'm here for that. Ottawa-Tampa will be a good game. Ottawa's, I think, played really well in Florida over the last couple of years. I seem to remember them going down on some of their trips and. Wait a second. How the heck did the Sens just beat the Panthers and the Lightning?
How did they go through that? Let me look up their last 10 here against Tampa. Let's see what we can find here. All right, head to head, last 10. Sens have won 7 of their last 10 against Tampa. Have lost their last 2 in Tampa. But have beaten them 4 of their last 6. I mean, yeah, they've had moderate success against the Lightning for sure. Tampa's only beaten 3 of their last 10.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then you'll have a team that just does really, really well against a team, and you can kind of say, well, we'll base this on the history. New team, opening week of the season, they usually throw most of those out. So, I mean, as far as the home teams, I mean, we talked about Pittsburgh at plus 113. I don't mind Detroit against the Habs. I don't mind St. Louis over Minnesota. I mean, to me, this Winnipeg Dallas game is kind of a stay away, and it's the tightest odds, I believe, on the board.
It is, yeah. It's a pick 'em, right? It's a coin flip,
basically. That game, and then the Rangers at Buffalo. I want to take Buffalo. I want Buffalo to be good, but
as I said, there's a but coming there, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's Buffalo. Can you believe they've gone 14 years without making the playoffs?
14 years now? God, Matt, like,
years.
I mean, it's not like the fan base here had a good run there for a stretch, but 14 straight years without making the playoffs. Ugh.
Yeah, decade of darkness plus another half decade, and
should have held on to that spot in the McDavid lottery, I guess, eh? That's a tough one. How about this? Duck Dad suggesting it. I'm looking at the number right now. Golden Knights in regulation, minus 116. That's the one, right?
Get us a bit nicer.
So if we go Vegas minus 116 in reg, and then Pittsburgh at home plus 116 as a dog. You really like that St. Louis play, Huss? Because that'll bring the number up quite a bit. Like,
I like. Who do you like? We've got St. Louis. We've got Detroit at home against Montreal, who played last night. I don't really have a feeling on this Ducks Kraken game. I think we're going to both sort of wait and see what's up with those teams. And I mean, to be honest, Nashville at minus 119 against Columbus is another one that I can sort of wrap my head around. What do the people like? Detroit, St. Louis, or Nashville? All at home, all short favorites.
I mean, I think Detroit might be the play here with the Habs on back-to-back, right? Now, yeah, Bruce Boudreau, he watched that whole Habs-Leafs game last night, and he said Montreal outplayed him for a very good chunk of that game, but then just didn't seal it away. So, I mean, maybe a young Habs team has another gear because they're pissed off losing to the Leafs last night.
Just looking in reg. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, so that's going to be close to 6-1 if we take Vegas and reg and then Detroit and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it'll probably be over 6-1 after a little boost. So I'm okay with it. I mean, it makes sense. Detroit home opener. Habs played last night. Quick turnaround. I haven't really looked into the Wings too much this year. Like, I haven't really dove into anybody covering the Wings, seeing what expectations are for the Wings.
Here's how their lineup's looking.
Okay, give me the lineup.
Okay, Line 1, Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, and an individual named Emmett Finney.
Well,
Not
Raymond's a
familiar with
stud.
Emmett Finney. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Larkin and Raymond, great.
Who? Emmett Finney?
Finney, Finnie. Look him up there. Marco Kaspers centering line 2 in between DeBrincat and Kane. You got JT Compher with Andrew Kopp and Michael Brandseg-Nygaard. I believe that's a young player that's just cracking into the lineup. And then our old pal, Mason Appleton, making his debut for the Red Wings. Michael Rasmussen and Big Elmer Soderblom on the left side. Their blue line, Ben Sherratt, Moritz Seider, Simon Edvidson, Axel Sandin-Pellikka, and Albert Johansson, and Travis Hamonic still playing, still cashing a check in the NHL. Doesn't sound like a roster that's going to be challenging for a playoff spot.
Does it make you hesitate tonight?
I mean, they're playing Montreal, who just played last night, home opener. Everyone's trying to do it.
I looked up Emmett Finney, and you know what's really funny is that the name Finney, I was just like, that's weird. I've got a buddy in Lethbridge who I went to college with whose last name's Finney. And like, there's no way. But then I looked this guy up. He was their 7th round pick in 2023. Spent the last 4 years with the Kamloops Blazers, had 84 points in 55 games last year. He's just 20 years old, played 10 games in the American League last year. So this straight up rookie getting a spot on the top line. And actually, he is from Lethbridge. So he might actually be related to the Finneys that I know in Lethbridge, which I did not know about.
Sure.
Yeah. There can't be 2 different families named Finney down in Lethbridge. That would be weird.
I'm just wondering if he's okay, they do have JVR. I had no idea that he was still in the league, but JVR is there. He's injured.
You know what's funny? I'll say this about JVR, buddy. I've said what you just said for like 4 years in a row now. 4 years in a row. I'm like, I didn't know he was still playing. And now you just said it again. Like, this continues to pop up. All right, so let's do it. You like Detroit. You like Detroit against the Habs. Let's.
As I say, we could go with St. Louis. We could go with Nashville. I mean, I think I like some of the home teams to step up in their home opener, especially teams that are mid teams. They don't have to win all of them. Win your first one at home. So see what the Wings can do tonight against the Habs, who were beaten up pretty good last night by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Pretty cool scene in Toronto, eh? Like when
they were watching the Jays game after.
Yeah,
that was kind of neat.
It's got to be weird.
It was nice for people. And I know this, I probably shouldn't say this around you because you're a huge Leafs guy. But it was nice for people to be in that arena and watch their team move on to a league semifinal. This is what it's like.
The low-lying fruit. The low-lying fruit.
I had to do it. All right. What do you think about this Thursday nighter, buddy?
Well, I mean, where are we at on the Giants coming off that loss to the Saints? I mean, they kind of killed themselves with turnovers. My guy Scattaboo was great, except he wasn't very good at holding on to the football. I mean, Jackson Dart going up against this Eagles defense.
Well, that's why I like him over 36.5 rushing yards. I got it as our Dusty's play of the day over on our specials page. He's gone 10 for like 54, 7 for 55 in his 2 starts. I would have to think Philly's defense causes some issues and gets that guy flushed out of the pocket a little bit. Like, I think that's a great number. So I went with that earlier today.
Dude, the 36 yards for Dart. I mean, we're going to be looking at rushing props for him more than passing props or anything like that. The thing is it now without Malik Neighbors, you are
nothing against Wandale Robinson, but
no,
it's tough for this kid.
Was you that told me on this show that after what's his name Malik went down, that somebody spent
Darius Slayton, $151 on Darius Slayton.
What was the
wow.
group chat like?
Look,
after that
I have a confession because I was bitching about that guy who spent $151 on Darius Slate. But this week in that league, it's their big boy league, big time entry fee. I'm 1-4. Okay, let me just lay this out here before I tell you what I did. I'm 1-4. I'm desperate. Like, I'm desperate for a dub. I've lost O'Marion Hampton. Chuba Hubbard is questionable. My only other healthy running back is J.K. Dobbins. And I'm sitting here looking at the waiver wire this week. And for some reason, and I don't know why, but old Bill was available after the game. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. I went to the waiver wire and I was like, wait a second. Who dropped Krosky Merritt? Like, when did this happen? So they must have not liked the split, probably because of some bye weeks, needed a spot to keep somebody else around. So they dropped Merritt. So I'm sitting there and I've tried to get in on the Fab waiver wire for 4 weeks in a row. Hadn't been able to do it. I had my whole $200 stack just sitting there and I just put it all on Merritt and I got him. I needed him. I have to win this week or else I'm pretty much toast. And he's got the Bears this week, I think. I think the Commanders are playing the Bears. So I was like, whatever. I blew it all. And the chat was coming at me a little bit. I said, look, I will 100% stand by the fact that getting him at 200 is better value than what we did on Darius Slayton last week at 151. And I had to have the running back. So I spent the whole wad, but I'm in essentially a must-win situation this week.
I think you did the right thing. I mean, the fact that he was on the waiver wire is insane. So
I don't know what he was doing on there, man.
You're desperate. You're going to basically be sitting there looking at a zero. You can get a guy in that you could probably play for the rest of the year and feel pretty good about it. It's coming off a really good game.
Well, and there was one other guy. There was one other guy who still had his whole $200 fab budget, and he's 3-2. His running back situation was a little bit better than mine, but we were the 1-2 guys at the waiver wire for the tiebreaker. And he was the number one. And I was just like, look, if he puts his whole 200 down and I put my 200 down, he's got the first tiebreaker anyway. So he could get him. So I was just like, screw it. He should want him too. Like, he should be desperate too. So I was just, and now I actually like my lineup this week. I've got Jaden Daniels in that league. So I've got Jaden Daniels and Bill together. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm 1-4, but I think I might've just saved my season.
Hey, it's about surviving. I mean, you can't get to 1-6, 1-7. I mean, you got to find a way to win a game. And Bill Krosky is your guy now for the remainder of the season. So yeah, you can put him in and J.K. Dobbins. I mean, those are certainly guys that you can start. Is Denver? Oh, Denver's playing the Jets this week. That's right. Jets. They're over in Europe.
Oh, is that a Europe game this week?
I think that might be a Frankfurt potentially or something like that.
Hey, as far as this game goes tonight, Huss, little note here on Jalen Hurts. Hurts has covered the spread just once in his last 10 games as a 7-point favorite. Is there a way the Giants cover the 7.5 at home tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Division. I would say it's probably, I'm sure we could find this out, but I think if you have similar situations like this, like two teams in their own division and the underdog is at home of 7.5 points or more, I bet it's 60+% of the home teams covering.
The other thing that I found interesting, I was listening to a podcast on the way in this morning. The Philadelphia Eagles give up the most pressure in the entire league on their quarterback, which I was stunned when I heard that. They were talking about quarterback pressures allowed, and they were mocking another team for being 29th. Oh, the Bengals. No, it was the Browns. They were mocking the Browns, and then they said there's actually only two teams worse in the league than the Browns at allowing quarterback pressures, and it was the Bengals because they were talking about Flacco, and they said, and actually the Eagles as well. So I don't know how that works, but the Giants' defensive line can cause a little bit of an issue. So I don't think it's crazy to want to get on the Giants here plus 7.5, but
I think listen, the bottom line is the Eagles just haven't been very good. Now, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised that they wake up and it's 21-0 5 minutes into the second quarter.
Three straight offensive possessions they go score on.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
And if that's the case, but I actually think that the Giants defense is starting to show something. You got Abdul Carter there. Burns is, at the top of the league in sacks so far. Like, I wasn't too impressed with what they did in the Superdome against the Saints for obvious reasons, but I can wrap my head around the Giants just kind of raising their level, being up for a big primetime game. And for Philly, like they've been doing all season long, you just got to find a way to win the game and move on. Although they will be in a bit of a bad mood based on what happened at home last week against the Denver Broncos, losing their first game of the year. But I just wonder what's going on. And the other thing is this passing game. Like, A.J. Brown sounds like he's ready to just walk out.
Yeah, so what I did today, early bird bet on the Nielson show this morning, I moved A.J. Brown from 4.5 catches down to 3.5, and then a Saquon revenge touchdown, essentially. Because, like, A.J. Brown, Smith had a big game last week. I think A.J. Brown had like 8 targets and only caught 2 of them, if I recall. Maybe he caught 4 of them. Let me see. Let's get the A.J. Brown game log up here because
I'll pull it up.
I thought he had a pretty low catch rate last week, but maybe that was the week before.
The week before.
Oh, yeah. It was the week before he caught 2 of 9 targets. Last week he caught 5 of 8 targets. His 5 games so far, this is A.J. Brown is killing fantasy teams. I've got him in one of mine. Marshall Bokeith Nielsen has him in his best ball league. He hates his guts right now. A.J. Brown's 5 games this year, 8 yards, 27 yards, 109 yards, 7 yards, 43 yards, and just 1 touchdown. And the touchdown came in the 109-yard game. So he's had 4 basically nothing games.
I would almost bet A.J. Brown for a touchdown tonight. I think they're going to really try to get him. Like, the last thing you want, especially while you're winning and in first place, is a malcontent receiver that's making issues. And this seems to be like the sort of a game that, okay, AJ, I mean, the Giants, as we all know, have given up a lot through the air. Like, I kind of think that they're a little bit, more qualified to be able to limit the running game. And obviously Saquon always likes to have a big game when he's going back to MetLife Stadium. But I think A.J. Brown probably gets in. And listen, I think if you want to, what's the touchdown, anytime touchdown for a Scatabo?
Let me see here. Scatabo plus 150.
Yeah, he's the guy I'm looking at for New York.
Put them together in a little lock shop parlay here.
Scatabo and
AJ?
AJ Brown. Yeah.
I haven't touched it anywhere else. You can do that too. I'll send that over as well. Let's do that.
Throw that in. Hey, before I go, I have to ask you, what is True Blue graduation? You guys look good in that picture, but I'm like,
oh, yeah. So Marshall and Elizabeth their swimming group that they're in is called the True Blue Swim Club. And Marshall has finished his 3-kilometer swim. So that was like the last level. So they had the big graduation yesterday. So technically he doesn't have to go anymore, but I don't know where we're going to put him in swimming next. So he's going to finish out this. He finished a little bit early. He fast tracked from the 1K to the 3K. So he's got like a month and a half left in this group when he's supposed to do his 3K swim at the end, but he's already done it. So he's kind of just swimming for leisure now in this group. And then I'm going to figure out where we take him next for swimming because I'd like him to continue swimming. He's pretty powerful in the pool. So
the Barracuda.
But we were dressed up nice last night. It was called what was it called? I talked about it on Two Guys earlier in the week. Not business casual, something business or cool business or anyway. I thought we looked good. Marshall wanted to dress up a little bit. He went suit jacket. I went suit jacket, but with a hoodie attached to it. So yeah, we had a good time.
You pulled the John Lou.
Yeah. I've got two suit jackets that come with a hoodie.
John Lou's the best.
John Lou has a suit that basically is sweatpants. Like it's sweat material. Yeah. It's incredible.
And you know what he wears with it? The cleanest pair of Air Jordans. Like, I'll be honest, like, I love the fact that he pulled off those looks Because for the longest time, I'm like, I don't really want to go and get into a suit and be up in the press box. Maybe if I can become a John Liu-esque fashion plate and just wear stuff so over the top, it'll be like, hey, I mean, sorry, you don't appreciate fashion. That's not my problem. This is what I'm wearing. But yeah, and I mean, he of course was the first guy with the suit with shorts.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
he
a next level maneuver.
Yeah, he led the way in fashion in this country. I remember one of the first things I was doing. Maybe it was the first year I was doing play-by-play. I did a lot of games out east that year, and I remember the one day I was in Montreal, and John Liu picked me up at the airport, and then we went to do sit-downs, and I kind of just sort of hung around with him for the day, and it was funny. He had the smallest little, like not a great car, like a small little car that he's bombing around Montreal in, and then we're driving around. He goes, "That's my suit place right there." I was like, that's where John Liu gets his suits. This is incredible. Like, take me there. I want to see the magic. Yeah, he was a super nice guy. That was before he came back to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
That was, He was doing he was doing a hit one time, pregame hit. I remember, and he was partway through it, and he goes, "Oh, I think I swallowed a fly." during the pregame hit or something. I remember people tell that story. I'm like, oh God. That's a good one. What's going on with WST, Huss?
Well, listen, getting ready for the home opener. Orrin Wilgosh is going to join us from Dallas. We'll have Sean Reynolds jump on the program. We'll check in on the Bombers with John Hodge and dive into the lines. Do you know this Danielle Bain?
I do not. I saw she got the job there.
She's the new.
I don't know.
Report the new John Liu.
She's the new John Liu. I don't know where she came from or anything. Good for her. That's a good gig.
I just thought
Bombers and Jets.
Work with you guys on CFL or something.
I'm sure she'll be mixed in on our CFL sidelines probably by next year. It would probably make sense. Let's see here. Raider Jesse says, Dusty, I traded Bill in my one dynasty league last Thursday with a projected late second for Higgins and a projected early fourth. I'm sick. I need longer term assets, so I think Higgins is worth it long term, but oof. Wow, Joe Flacco was about to save T. Higgins' season. So don't panic just yet. All right, Hustle, you have a good one. I'm going to pop in tomorrow from Regina, drop some NFL picks on you guys, and you and Awana can set up the CFL slate as well, which will be
I love it.
Which will be a lot of fun.
Are you doing 2 games this weekend?
Yeah. I'm in Regina tomorrow, and then back home here to do Bombers Elks on Saturday. So
excellent. All right, safe travels. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good, man. See you later. There, that's us. Winnipeg Sports Talk's going to get going in about 5 minutes. We've got 2 guys and a goalie coming up in 5 minutes right here on TuneIn Radio, on iHeartRadio, at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, and over on YouTube. Before you slide away from the lock shop today, make sure you hammer the thumbs up for us as well. I just sent the hockey parlay and the Thursday night football parlay over as well. The DJ and Dan will probably be popping up. And Reed Wilkins texted me and said he wants to know if I can do Jay's play of the day as well. So, we can get into that. See how it goes. What do we got right now? The early bird bet of the day: Saquon anytime touchdown. AJ Brown 4+ receptions +130. That number's moved around a little bit through the day, hasn't it? I thought it was +121 earlier, but I might be wrong. And then Dusty's play of the day: Jackson Dart 37+ rushing yards, boosted from -114, I think, to -103. And we've got the 2 from the log shop that will be popping up there a little bit later on, along with the grandest of parlays from the DJ and Den. And I'll do something for Jay's play of the day as well before I head to the airport this afternoon. That is going to do it for the log shop. We've got myself, Cass, and Gager coming up next. 2 guys and goalie. Lots to get to from that hockey game last night. We're going to get Gager and Cass to dive into that whole third goal. Skinner and Bouchard. What were they doing? We will get into that. Thank you very much for watching the Lock Shop today. #Justice for the Lock Shop. Best of luck with whatever you're on tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.